I think you shared a lot about Hong Kong, living in Hong Kong from the perspective of a Singaporean. I think I would like to understand and know like the three biggest culture shock moment that you felt over there, and also maybe the three biggest takeaway from your time. Your 2 years, but it's sort of like a 4 years worth of living experience over there. Like, what are your three biggest takeaway from there as well?
I would say you're talking culture, yeah, culture shocks. I would say from a day-to-day experience, I would say during uneasy periods like COVID, news were not disseminated as clearly as I would have liked. Often you are left a bit bewildered and confused of what's going on. Singapore,
okay, yeah.
in Singapore, when they're doing COVID,
it felt pretty clear.
Yeah, it felt pretty clear. Sometimes the measures that they take were what, but people were able to react, and then ministers were able to either tweak them, modify them, or explain and justify / to convince why it matters, and it was very clear, right? It is to the common folk and and the government, areas of government, ministers. Hong Kong, I'm constantly left I'm unclear of what's going on half the time. So again, that maybe played into my insecurities living there. Culture shock wise, Hong Kong is a bit more. I would say it's much more brand focused. It's much more personal dressing is and your need to look
materialistic.
I think that factors into it. People are very are more they're more they care about how they dress, and I guess it's the simple way, lazy way to dress better is to wear branded clothing, expensive clothing. So that's why the luxury sector is big there, because there's no GST as well. And people are much more, they care a lot about how they dress, right? Packaging is so important over there. To the point where, I think watches, we can talk about it, people wear brands, maybe not as ostentatious as, wearing Dior all over your shirts. But, you can tell that people wear brands, like designer brands, or very expensive clothing. Okay, that's one. And then I would say people will put on watches, like people are just Rolex and up over there. Coming back to the point of watches, and I would say sometimes I would look at these Rolex watches that they wear and I go, that doesn't look very authentic. To the untrained eye, people don't know. Yeah, that's a Rolex, I think. But sometimes I look and I go, that's a replica.
Do you think they break the bank to afford all these luxury clothes to look better?
I don't know. I think in Hong Kong, the white collar side, they get paid well, but income inequality is big in Hong Kong. It's much, and if you look at disposable, you look at income, whether pre-tax or post-tax income, Singapore is paid more on average. Median salary is higher in Singapore than in Hong Kong. So if your white collar guys are paid really, really well, probably a bit better than Singapore white collar guys, then you go, what about those in the middle, and what about those on the lower end? Whether they if you're on the lower end, definitely you'll be breaking the bank, right? But on the higher end, I think for the most part people buy authentic stuff. I suppose. I guess.
No wonder I feel like when I get to Hong Kong, like I mentioned at the start, I see very nice sky-rise apartments, and then the other side there's like the shoe boxes. So my opinion, it looks pretty run down.
So it's very real. It's very real over there. It's extremely real.